I enjoy singing. I don't have some kind of a recording studio. Kind of nice if I did, but the truth is I don't. And so I just, sing. And figured, I don't have to sing entire songs, but just give you an idea of some of the different styles I sing and some of the songs I sing and stuff. And there's already a few songs, but I just figured I'd have a little bit of a compilation where there's a few different ones all together. So, for example, there is a house in New Orleans. They call the rising sun, and it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And Lord, I know I'm one. My mother was a tailor. She sewed my new blue jeans. And my father was a gambling man down in New Orleans. So, there's that, right? And then another song that's a little bit different style is like, well, I saw it on TV and ordered that video. And learned every step at home and never told a soul. When I saw him out there the very first time, I knew, well, the Bubba can dance, I can too. And if Bubba can scoot, Bubba can slide, Bubba can two-step, and Bubba can glide. I never thought he had the nerve. He never said a word. Now everybody on the floor stand back and give me some room. 'Cause if Bubba can dance, I can too. Then there's other songs that from plays and stuff like that, like Phantom of the Opera, which I already have a song from that. So let's see, a different song that would be from something else, possibly like uh, what's that? um, my heart is higher than a hawk. My love is deeper than a well. I'm thinking in a little while, my love and I'll be doing very well. Possibly another one be like, what's it? There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. There's other types of music that I like to sing, like so the same. Only the names have changed every day. It seems we're wasting away. I know a place where the faces are so cold. I travel all night just to get back home. I'm a cowboy. On a steel horse I ride, and I'm wanting, dead or alive, wanted, dead or alive. And I walk these streets, a loaded six-string on my back. I'm playing for keeps, 'cause I might not make it back. I've been everywhere, still I'm standing tall. I've seen a million faces, and I rock them all. 'Cause I'm a cowboy, on a steel horse I ride, and I'm wanted, wanted, dead or alive, dead or alive, dead or alive, dead or alive, dead or alive. There's, other types of songs I like to sing sometimes, including songs that are like, Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. And it's like certain songs just have a certain sound and a certain feel. Even some Elvis songs. Some of the songs I sing, like a lot of different ones, like the Jailhouse Rock and the Hound Dog and Teddy Bear, all those different ones that are Elvis classics and stuff. One of Elvis songs that he sings is one of my favorite Elvis songs. Is actually The Ghetto. I don't know if you ever heard that song, but it's actually one of my favorite Elvis songs in reality. I don't know, maybe, but I don't know how many others enjoy that song, but it's something where it's like, on a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto, in the ghetto. And his mama cries, 'cause there's one thing that she don't need is another little hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto, in the ghetto. People don't you understand, a child needs a helping hand. He'll grow to be an angry young man someday. Take a look at you and me, are we too blind to see? Do we simply turn our heads and look the other way? While the world turns, and a hungry little boy with a runny nose plays in the street as the cold wind blows in the ghetto, in the ghetto, and his hunger burns. So he starts to roam the streets at night, and he learns how to steal, and he learns how to fight in the ghetto, in the ghetto. Then one night in desperation, the young man breaks away. He buys a gun, he steals a car, he tries to run, but he don't get far. And his mama cries. As a crowd gathers round, an angry young man face down in the street with a gun in his hand in the ghetto, in the ghetto. And as her young man dies, on a cold and gray Chicago morning, another little baby child is born in the ghetto, in the ghetto. And his mama cries. So it's actually one of my favorite Elvis songs. It's a story song. It's a sad song, but it tells a story that's actually very familiar to different ones. And it's somewhat relevant even today. So it's one of those, as far as I'm concerned, it's like a timeless classic because it still has relevance. And there's some songs that I just sing for fun. It isn't even like I'm good at singing some of them and stuff. Some of them I only sing little parts of it because I can't remember all the words because I don't sing those songs. But there's certain parts that I think are kind of funny, like it's like ooh walk like a man. Like, I don't know the rest of the song really. It's just I always thought that part was funny, you know. So that's why I think or like it was the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. I just the way the song sounds. I don't listen to those songs really hardly ever, so I don't remember all the words. But there's certain stuff that I still remember because it's just kind of funny. Some songs are funny and I remember the words. Stuff. Anyways, there's a song where it's like talking about a car and the radio in the car. You know, it's like I got stopped by a car late last night. Out of state tags and no tail lights. Said I ought to run you in, but I'm letting you go because there ain't nothing wrong with the radio. I got the best looking gal in my hometown. I asked her last time that I took her out. Said, honey, tell me what it is that makes you love me so. She said, there ain't nothing wrong with the radio. I got 16 speakers crossing my back dash, a little barn dog watching everybody pass. Dual antennas are whipping in the wind. Oh, there ain't a country station that I can't tune in. Oh, she ain't a Cadillac and she ain't a Rolls, but there ain't nothing wrong with the radio. you know, it's just it's kind of a funny song, and stuff. There's tons of different songs like that I actually enjoy. When I go to karaoke, the best part about karaoke is if I remember enough of the song, is if the lyrics are there and the music is playing, I can usually sing it. If it's a song that I'm actually familiar with, which you might be surprised at how many different songs and even rap and some of the hardcore songs that they usually don't have at karaoke places. Some of the songs I listen to, they don't have there. For various reasons. Usually because most of those places are family friendly. So, it's like they don't have certain kinds of music. You know. But you might be surprised at some of the songs. And it's somewhere, there's even some songs that are somewhat subjective sometimes, like, or it's like, let's see, what's this one? Sweat baby, sex is Texas dropping, and you do the kind of stuff that only Prince would sing about. So put your hands down my pants, and I bet you'll feel nuts. Yes, I'm Cisco. Yes, I'm Meter. And wow, sorry about that. Kind of messed it up there for Cisco and Ebert. Yeah, should I start that over? I could. It's a very suggestive song. I don't know. Do you want me to start it over? There's some that are like, yeah, and others that are like, no. No. So, sweat, baby, sweat. I did start it over. I didn't say I finished it. I actually know all the words to that song. I also know the words to a Trent Reznor song, that's where it says something more than a little suggestive. Because it's YouTube, that's the only reason I'm gonna sing that particular song. However, And you might be like, YouTube has worse stuff than that. Yes, it does. But I have friends that watch YouTube that would probably enjoy watching the video that I'm making, except for certain ones have already said, I can't believe that you had that in one of your videos. So I'm like, look, for you, since apparently some of you are having difficulty with the fact that, that I do some of the same stuff that you do, I listen to some of the same music, watch some of the same movies, but apparently if I put it on YouTube, you're like, oh my god, why? I don't want to hurt your little bitch feelings. So I ain't gonna sing some of those songs because it might shock you or something. So, anyways, that being said, and that in itself, there's some different ones that are like, you didn't have to say that. Yeah, I know, I didn't. It's true. But at least I didn't sing those songs, right? At least I didn't sing all of those songs. So, anyways, yeah, there's other songs that I enjoy. What's interesting too is even Elton John. There's some songs of his that I actually enjoy. I don't really enjoy some of the videos per se, and some view it as gay music. But when I listen to it, I think of it like a straight person because I'm straight, so it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? So as far as I'm concerned, the songs that I like, it's just music. There's a few of his songs I don't listen to. But there's other songs that I listen to, and it doesn't bother me. For a number of reasons. Right? So it's just something where, if you realize, saw you dancing by the ocean, running fast along the sand, spearborn of earth and water, fire flying from your hand. In the instant that you love someone, in the second that the hammer hits, reality runs up your spine, and the beast is finally fed. And all I ever needed was the one, like freedom fields where wild horses run, when stars collide like you and I, though shadows block the sun. You're all I ever needed, baby, you're the one. So it's when you realize that I listen to all sorts of music. I really do. And some of the songs I'm really good at singing, and some of them I ain't. And if I ain't good at singing a song, I usually practice singing it. Like, if you ever heard Unchained Melody with, oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch a long, lonely time. Right? Now, there's a part of the song that isn't that easy to sing, and I ain't always that great at singing it unless I practice it. Now, if I'm gonna sing it someplace, I usually practice it, but I haven't really practiced it for a while, and I don't know if I'll actually, but just so that you realize what I'm talking about, right? Are you still mine? Yeah, I need your love. I need your love. God, speed your love to me. Now, see, I haven't practiced it for a while, so it doesn't sound as good as it does when I practice. But if you realize part of the reason I sing that is because it helps me get better at singing that part, right? So that I can actually get to where it's like, yeah, in your love, I need your love. God, speed your love to me. And that time it was a little better, right? So each time that I sing it, when I practice it, guess what it is that I do? I listen to myself, I think about how I sung it, and it gets better and better. Which is what's kind of interesting when you realize that that's something that different ones don't seem to realize about, stuff like singing, playing video games. And so if you do it constantly, you can get better and better and better, right? There are some who say stuff like jack of all trades, master of none. I think that's for lazy, different ones that only want to learn one skill to try and say, well, you can't learn more than one skill. Which is why I, learned about art, I learned about singing. I actually, it's like I've felled trees, and stuff like that, where it's like, actual work, digging ditches and, like doing stuff that's actual laborious work, And I've actually helped put gas lines in underground and all that stuff. Actually threading the actual pipe and helping get it connected and all that. I've done electrical and construction work. It's like, if you realize all the different stuff that I've learned at different times, right? And, you know, it's just kind of interesting because at almost any given point, if I don't practice something for a while, it's like, use it or lose it almost. But if you've used it, you can get it back, kind of deal. Almost like riding a bike, right? It's like, once you know how to ride a bike, even if it's like, well, I haven't ridden a bike for a while, is it that difficult to get back into riding a bike? So all I have to do with some of this stuff is practice. And so when different ones make comments, sometimes I'm like, well, sometimes I'm practicing. Even with drawing. What's interesting is when I get really good at drawing, if I'm drawing constantly, I don't have to even do a sketch of what I want to draw. It's like I see it in my mind, I can put it on paper. If I haven't drawn for a while, sometimes what I'll do is just a quick sketch. I'll do a quick sketch so that way I can visualize it before I actually draw it. I'll draw like what's concept art, almost. Some stuff they'll show concept art and they show a finished product. As far as I'm concerned, concept art is the, like rough sketch before doing the final picture. The concept art that they have for video games and stuff is the ideas that can be put into the video game. In essence, for the game itself, it is concept art. But the pictures you're looking at usually are the finished product. And it's something where it's like if you realize some of my drawings that I do sometimes is a conceptual idea that's the concept art of what I actually draw. And then once I actually draw the picture, well, that's different. Because the picture itself is the finished product. And once I practice drawing for, a while, sometimes it's a matter of weeks, sometimes a couple months, I don't even need to do the concept art anymore. I can start drawing pictures directly. Because it's just something where it's like, now I know exactly what I want to do when I'm going to draw. Because I've done it enough times and practiced it again that I can, get back to my most talented type of drawing skills. Right? So it's kind of interesting, when you start thinking about that kind of stuff. Because when I was singing a little bit ago, I just wanted to give you an idea of some of the different styles I sing. And I sing other stuff beyond that. There's tons of different songs and styles. But I just thought I'd sing a few and then also, because some different ones are like, well, I remember what you sang like before. Some of them knew me years and years ago, and they're like, well, you weren't that good of a singer then. Well, I practiced. Others are like, oh, I remember when he used to go here and there with us, and we used to sing, and yeah, that's Tim, and stuff. Yeah, well, that's because I practice when we go to those places. Because I was hoping that you would actually enjoy my singing, right? So when you start realizing that kind of stuff a little bit, so if you want to get good at something, I've heard different ones that are like, I can't even draw a stick figure. Really? Let me give you a pencil and paper. Draw a line, 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 and a circle. There, you just drew your first stick figure. And I can help you draw more if you'd like to learn, and if you're willing to actually practice. And then realize some art is your own style. That's why some of the songs, if you realize, I even have an idea for a song that if I could go to a recording studio, I would love to record it. And it's actually Hotel California, but it's like a dubstep version of it, kind of, sort of. But it also incorporates strings, and it also incorporates like a choir, and then some other vocals. But there's certain parts where it has that dubstep feel, and it's kind of interesting because the way it starts out, in some respects, is very simplistic, which is like dun 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 dun, and then it has vocals of like a choir that's like oh 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 oh, and then it goes to where it gets a little bit of the dubstep kind of feel to it, even in the way the lyrics are sung, where it's like on a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas, rising up through the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy and my sight grew dim. I had to stop for the night. As she stood in the doorway, I heard a mission bell. And I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. Then she lit up the candle and she showed me the way. There were voices down that corridor, I thought I heard them say. And then it would be other vocals of those that were actually there, right? Instead of just one person singing. So when there's certain other stuff that's said, it's actually other vocals that go into it, right? And then realizing at certain parts how the dubstep sound would actually go with the song with that kind of style, right? It would actually sound really cool. And then, if you think about where it's like talking about like mirrors on the ceiling, pink champagne on us, and she said, we are all just prisoners here of our own device. In the master's chamber, they gather for the feast. They stab it with their steely knives, but they just can't kill the beast. Last thing I remember, I was running for the door. I had to find the passage back to the place I was before. Good night, said the night man. See, and then realizing how that would actually have a little deal there, right? And then, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave, And then with the music. You know what I mean? Like if you can visualize it, if you can realize the concept of what I'm talking about and why I kind of wish I had the money to get a studio where I could make some of my own music, some of which are remakes, of other songs, and others are, just like completely new music, original music that I wrote myself. So it's just kind of something where, unfortunately though, this is what I got. I got my smartphone, make some videos, and put it on YouTube. And that's where I'm at right now. Who knows? Maybe one day someone will be like, you know what? we could probably hire him and make some money. Yeah, it's happened before. Right? Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. And check out some of my other videos. You may like some of those too.